Hello, welcome to November monthly beauty favorites and fails. I have so many amazing favorites to share with you today and some not so great products that didn't work out for me. And as I promised, I'm updating you on some Sephora haul products that I've been testing throughout the month. I'll be sharing my thoughts on those products in today's video and letting you know how those worked for me. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. I have a lot of products to share with you today, so let's get into what I loved and didn't love in November. I feel like I say this with every monthly favorites video. I'm going to try and keep my thoughts concise yet thorough. I have a lot to discuss with you. I don't know if I tried extra products in November or what, but this video could be a year long if I'm not somewhat concise. I'm going to start this video off by possibly saving you a little bit of money. This is the new Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes palette that I've been enjoying. Now I realize what I just said is a little bit contradictory. So this is a very pretty neutral palette. When you look at it, we have some mattes, we have a couple of shimmers, and three very, very beautiful topper shades. I was excited to get my hands on this. I actually talked about this briefly in another video saying I was enjoying it, and I am. This is a pricey palette. It is what's on my eyes today. I think the shimmers are very beautiful. I think the toppers are very, very beautiful. The mattes also feel very buttery when you dip your finger into them, but they are dusty. There is some kick up. I have no issue with them whatsoever if I tap my brush off first before placing that brush to my eye, but there's something very important to note about the application of these mattes. They can be difficult to blend out if number one, you don't use eyeshadow primer, and if you don't set that primer with a translucent powder to give a very smooth base that makes eyeshadow easy to blend. When I do that, these apply and blend very nicely. Having said that, I also have Tartelette in Bloom here. I see some similarities. I swatched a few of these shades. Now here are the mattes. Now even though the shades aren't exact across the board, they're very similar. I think the average makeup user could get a very, very similar look from Tarte in Bloom. Now, when you look at the shimmers, excluding the topper shades here because there are no topper shades, there are some differences. These have a lot more of a special sparkle to them than these, but I feel like if you have Tartelette in Bloom and you add, say, an Hourglass Scattered Light, you're good to go. I didn't do the same swatching with Natasha Denona Glam, but it's also a neutral palette that I think you could pull very similar shades from. But I think if you have either one of those palettes, you don't need to spend your money on this. If you don't have either one of those and you want something that would be great to pull from every day, if you're someone who is going to wear eyeshadow primer and set it, this is really nice. I have been enjoying it, but I do that regularly. So that's not something I'm going to have to go out of my way and do. Now I do want to go ahead and mention two other eyeshadow palettes that I hauled recently that are favorites of mine for very different reasons, both from Natasha Denona. I have talked about my Dream a few times, but not in a monthly favorites. This is a great palette that's pretty much been living on my vanity. It's really nice for warmer toned looks, and it's a palette that I initially was not going to purchase, and I'm so glad that I did. Now, Retro Glam is a very specific type of palette. It's different from anything that I owned. I'm very glad I got it. I really am enjoying the cooler tones, the icier tones, especially for this time of year. You've been seeing me wear this off and on in a few videos. This is not an everyday palette, but it's one I'm definitely glad that I bought. You know, I have Too Faced Sweet Peach, and I always loved pulling the peaches and the green, and this kind of gives me that on a bigger scale with some more neutral colors mixed in. I think this is a great, very different palette. Speaking of Natasha Denona, My Dream, I shared in another video how I picked up the lip liner and lipstick. Was this in my Sephora haul? I'm getting all my videos mixed up. Anyway, I was sharing how I loved both for being just that perfect nude brown pink and how creamy they both were. So here's the lipstick and here's the lip liner swatch on the back of my hand. I had a few of you highly recommend that I pick up the gloss too, saying that if I liked these, I would love the gloss, and you were absolutely right. So on my lips right now is just the lip liner and the gloss. It is so creamy and beautiful, which is pretty much exactly how I described the lipstick, which of course has more opacity and is longer wearing because it's a lipstick. The gloss has something special to it. It has that same perfect tone. I can wear it just over lip liner. I can wear all three together. I can wear it alone, and it has just enough pigment. It also lasts a decent amount of time for a gloss. I feel like I say that about my favorite gloss formulas. That's just my typical description, which you probably get sick of hearing me say, but I feel like it's a good descriptor. It smells good too. It's almost like it's got this sparkly sheen without there being any sparkles in it. Because I've already stated my love for these, I'm mostly sharing the gloss in this video, but I mean, I really love all three. I just had to share this gloss. It's amazing. I think it was in October when I tried the viral Tower 28 mascara because I'd heard it was great for my type of lashes. I have sparse lashes that are stick straight and they just don't hold a curl with most non-waterproof mascaras, and it was a big fail. It just did not work for me. So the other two mascaras that have been recommended to me over and over that I've heard are great for my lash type are the Ilia and Cali Ray. So I picked up both of these to try in November, and Cali Ray was a huge fail. It did basically the same thing that Tower 28 did. It just straightened out my lashes pretty much immediately, even though it did give me some decent length and volume, but it's one that I would have to apply over a waterproof, which isn't a deal breaker. I mean, that's what I do a lot of the time anyway. I was just hoping for more. So this was a fail for me in November for what I was looking for, but I'm happy to say that Ilia was a winner. I took forever to try this. I think I might be the last person in the entire world to try this mascara. What's the official name? Limitless Lash mascara. Works for me. My lashes are basically invisible unless they're curled and I have mascara on. You just can't see them. They point straight, kind of downward. Then I curl them and they're still invisible until I get mascara on. It is the mascara I have on today, which may not look amazing on camera, especially when we see a lot of people wear false lashes all the time on camera, which I do on occasion, but most of the time I just wear mascara. This gives great everyday length and volume. I didn't really build this up a ton today. I just put on a couple of coats. It also separates really nicely. It's got one of those brushes to where one side has shorter bristles that give you volume and then the other side is more like a comb, and that's what separates and gives you length. And I just find it does a really great job. So I'm glad I finally tried it. Thank you for recommending it. I really do like it. It also leaves my lashes nice and soft, which I really enjoy, and it doesn't flake or smudge. Before I filmed, I put on just a little bit more of this RMS Beauty Redimension blush in French Rosé, so you could just see how effortless it is to reapply or just apply in general. You do not have to tap your brush off before you apply this to your face. It looks like it's so pigmented and like this sheen is going to emphasize everything wrong, any texture you have, fine lines on your face, and it's so flattering. This is another product that I was late to the party on. I bought this in one of my many Sephora hauls and I'm so sorry I waited. They were short on some shades, and so I picked this one up because it was one of the few shades they had left. And I'm actually glad because I don't have many shades like this. I want more. I love this formula. It's so silky. This is kind of a warm pink, but it's not bubblegum. I don't know if you can see this under my lights. I've been having to film at night a lot lately. If you enjoy a blush formula where you just don't have to worry about laying down too much pigment that you have to buff and blend out, this is the formula to try. It's really nice. Now the brush I use to apply it is the Rephr 37. It's a new favorite powder blush brush for me. I have kind of a small face and I find this size is perfect for applying blush exactly where I want it, which I also find is crucial as I get older and I want a more lifted look. Using too big of a brush drags the face down, you know? I still use other brushes. I still love the Rephr 05, and there's a BK Beauty brush I love, a Sigma brush. I mean, I have lots of brushes, but this is the one that I've been using lately most of the time. I kind of want to get another one to keep on hand for use when this one's being washed. It's the right size, it's the right softness, it's the right density. My three favorite brush descriptors, basically. And if I didn't say so earlier, I will have all of the products that I'm sharing in today's video, along with everything that I'm wearing, listed and linked down in my description box. You can see everything that I'm sharing today. So I picked up the Huda Beauty Glowish Blur Jam Primer in my Sephora haul. I was really curious about it because the reviews are really great, but also because of what it's supposed to do. So it's supposed to help texture, tone, and smooth pores, blur hydration, and give a soft focus finish. It's silicone free, and I find that there is no scent. So I'm hoping you can kind of see, it does kind of look like jam. And let's see if you can see this. So it's a little bit translucent, and when you smooth it out, it starts to feel a little bit liquidy. It kind of transforms into more of a lotion consistency. And I've just basically found that this primer does absolutely nothing for me. I feel like my pores, my texture, my tone look absolutely no different when I use it than when I don't. I feel like my hands look no different from one another. Not that that's the end all be all of seeing what a primer looks like. Sometimes you can't tell on the back of the hand, but my experience tells me nothing is different. I don't feel like my foundation really wore that much better than with any other primer, and I just didn't get any smoothing anything from it like I expected, especially with the reviews that it has. So this was a fail for me, especially when I compare it to the primers that I have and I love. This was just a big no. I switched my lip out to a product that I've been wearing so much this month, way more than I thought I would. I originally bought the Makeup by Mario Moisture Glow Plumping Lip Serum. I can't even remember the name, to just kind of check them out, see what they were all about, and I've really been enjoying them. I'm saying them, but I only have one. The shade that I have is Bronze Glow, which is described as a warm bronzy brown, but you can see when it's applied over my lips, my natural lip color, what it looks like. It's not just a brown. These kind of remind me of the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip Balms. They do click up in a similar fashion, and they have that soft kind of melting texture when you apply them. It's described as a hydrating, melting, glossy balm, and they're designed to visibly plump your lips while giving you a dewy, glossy, shiny finish, which I think they do. They fill out my lip lines, they plump, they have a slight mintiness but no stinging. They feel kind of cooling, which I'm really liking this time of year. It just feels good. They have shea butter, avocado oil, refined kiwi oil, and argan oil. So you're getting nourishment, hydration, and conditioning while you get some pigment. And I just find it to be very comforting. I want more shades. There's something about this type of lip product. I mean, you know how I feel about the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lips and the plumping version as well. I just find these to be flattering. I love reapplying them and just wearing them in general. I love this month, and this was a hit. I really love Sephora Best Skin Ever foundation, so I was excited to try the Best Skin Ever Full Coverage Multi-Use Concealer. I cannot tell you how unflattering this was under my eyes, which I was not expecting. So the shade that I got was 14P, which is described as light skin with pink undertones, and I've got to find the video of me wearing this under my eyes. This is so yellow toned. I can't even imagine what the yellow tone or the neutral shades would look like. It's definitely not reflecting that way right now on the back of my hand. Shade aside, this looked so drying and unflattering on my already dry under eyes that have texture. I just could not get it off fast enough. It didn't feel good. My under eyes felt dry and tight. And I have a friend, Gemma, Pampered Wolf in the UK, who was also testing this out at the same time, and she was really loving it. So we happened to talk and started talking about ingredient lists, and we discovered that the ingredients in the UK version are different than the ones in the United States, which is a major thing if you're watching beauty YouTubers in one country versus another who love the same Sephora product. It may not actually be the same product. We had no idea until we started doing some digging and we found that out. So just something to note. I don't know how many other Sephora products are like that, but this one was. And I kind of wish we had that version because she has dry skin and she was really enjoying it. This has good reviews, but I am in my upper 40s with dry textured under eyes and dark circles, and this just did not work for me. Not saying it won't work for you, but it did not work for me. I typically do an Amazon video about once a month where I share new Amazon discoveries that I'm loving, whether they're related to beauty or lifestyle, just no matter what they are. But because Amazon was having a big Black Friday thing going on, my last Amazon video had to do with previous discoveries that I thought were amazing for Black Friday. So I didn't have my typical regular best of new discoveries from Amazon. So I wanted to just share this little e.l.f. complexion duo brush, which is obviously available other places than just Amazon. I just happened to get it from Amazon. So this looks very similar to the It Cosmetics duo brush. So this could also end up in a dupes video, which I do regularly too. But for now, I just wanted to say that I've really been enjoying this brush. The price is amazing. This small end is great for under eye or spot concealing. You can even use it for small areas to contour, even for eyeshadow application if you wanted to. And I mean, this end is so handy for so many things, not just foundation. You can use it for finishing powder, cream, blush, bronzer, powder bronzer, you name it. This is a great little inexpensive multitasker. So I definitely wanted to share it in my monthly favorites in case you haven't tried it, or if you're traveling, you want to streamline, or maybe you have it and you kind of forgot about it. Never fear, I have an Amazon fail too that you could obviously buy somewhere else. I just happened to get it from Amazon. This is the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer. The shade that I have is ash brown. Someone caught me last month. I meant to put this in my October favorites and fails, and I was going to put it in a video in between. That didn't happen, so here it is in November. This has thousands of positive reviews, and I don't understand how. This is a waxy pencil. I find I have to press kind of hard to get pigment, and it comes out kind of warm when I apply it to my brows. I'm not sure if that's what it looks like here on the back of my hand, but for some reason when I apply it to my brows, this ash brown color, which is usually a cool shade, isn't as cool toned as it should be, but because I have to press so hard, it doesn't look as natural as it should. I don't know, maybe I'm pickier than the average person, could very well be. I just like my fine tipped, let me open it again, pencils, which is what this is. I do love the fine tip to just glide on easily. I like to hardly press at all because that gives me the finest line, and this does not accomplish that. So this was a fail for me, and apparently I'm alone. What's on my nails today is actually two shades layered. I'll find a clip from a recent video of the shade that's underneath this Essie Expressi iced out top coat. This adds this iridescence and a little bit of coolness to whatever polish you have underneath it. It also helps it wear a little bit better, a little bit longer, and it dries pretty quickly. There are a few versions of this top coat, but I'm really enjoying the iciness of this one. The name is very appropriate for winter. I don't know, I'm into that kind of icy look, you know, the Natasha Denona retro palette with the icy greens. It just adds a little something special, something extra to your existing nail color. You can also wear it by itself. It's also pretty over a white if you have just a plain white. For some reason, at the beginning of November, I felt like I just did not have any fall or winter fragrances. Everything seemed springy or summery, or I just felt like I wore them as daily fragrances. Nothing just seemed cozy, wintry, or fall-like enough. So I purchased several fragrances. Now I have the three here in this video that I've been wearing the most. I do have thoughts on the other ones I'm saving for upcoming videos, but I wanted to share these three very quickly and give you my quick thoughts. Now I'm going to be super quick with these two because they are either in a video that's coming up very shortly, could be my next video, for a specific reason, but I love both of these for different reasons. This is Alien Goddess Intense and Erin Amber Musk. Erin Amber Musk is a creamy amber woody musky floral. It's got ambroxan, coconut water, rose, benzoin, sandalwood musk, and lily of the valley. It's soft, cozy, warm, feminine, and just pretty. When I think of the color blush, or kind of that beigey blush color, kind of like this lid, that's what I think of. This is just great to throw on anytime. I would lean mostly for daytime, even at home. It's beautiful, it's cozy. I just love to just envelop myself in it. Whereas Alien Goddess Intense, also described as an amber floral, has notes of coconut, bergamot, jasmine, jasmine tea, vanilla, benzoin, and cashmere wood. This is a compliment getter. This is also creamy, but I get more jasmine, vanilla, and amber that comes out from this perfume. It's a little bit warm, a little bit sexy, and also wearable anytime, but it's great for nighttime. Yet at the same time, it's not too heavy for daytime either. This is really beautiful. I did not really like, on my skin anyway, the original Goddess, and I adore this. Let's talk about my most recent fragrance purchase, 22 Oris from Stephanie Leda, SMLXO. If you follow her here on YouTube, you know she has been into fragrance for a really long time, and she just launched her own fragrance brand. 22 Oris is her debut fragrance. She worked with Frank Vocal, who is famous in the perfume world. He developed Santal 33 amongst other fragrances. So I didn't really know what to expect from this fragrance, but I knew enough to trust her judgment when it came to fragrances. I have sprayed this on myself every day since I bought it. This, in my opinion, is a fragrance that is great for any season, any time of day, any occasion. Now, on the website, it says it's a subtle blend of buttery iris, sandalwood, and soft musk, and it's created to be a warm, intimate fragrance that you can wear any time of day that you feel most comfortable, either alone or with someone you love, which goes back to that intimacy part of it. This is creamy, warm, buttery, a little bit powdery, but not overly so, a little bit sweet, but not overly so. It's feminine and soft, and it's just so pretty. I am enjoying wearing this. The bottle is just stunning. There's also a hand lotion that goes with it. Blind buys are scary, and I'm happy that I bought this. I've been enjoying it so much. I couldn't let this video go without talking about the jewelry I'm wearing. I wore these earrings and I think the necklace in another video, but I haven't shared it in a monthly favorites yet, but I've worn it around people and I got so many compliments, and I'm not sure if the lighting that I am in is doing the shimmer and the sparkle on these earrings justice. They work with black or with a neutral color, but they also work with green. I'm kind of surprised about that. I thought it might be overkill, but it actually looks really good. These are beautiful for the season, so I had to mention them. They're really, really beautiful, especially in person, and they're not heavy. Referring to the earrings, the necklace, of course, isn't heavy, and this is actually a really nice, simple necklace. I know I've worn these earrings in a video before, but I don't think I've shared them out loud. These are also light and statement maker earrings, and because they're clear, they're not too overwhelming even though they're large, and they again go with everything. I had to shift around a little bit. I wanted to reshare this necklace from Miranda Fry. It's a newer launch from them, and it's great for every day. I've been really enjoying wearing it, along with these earrings that I shared in my recent Black Friday video. I'll put a picture in the corner because I realize it's kind of small, but these are also great statement makers on a smaller scale. These are different from what you see every day. They're great for dressing something up if you like smaller earrings. You can also wear them daily. Thank you so much to all of you for watching my monthly favorites each month and for your support. It means so much to me, and a huge thank you to all the members of my Stephanie Marie Circle for going above and beyond to support my channel, and an even bigger thank you to the premium members. Your support just means so much to me. I just appreciate you always. Thank you so much. I hope all of you enjoyed today's video and found it helpful and enjoyable. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.